Welcome to English Lessons with inlingua Vancouver. My name is Jacob, and today I would like to discuss some of the dreaded prepositions with you, especially one of the most notorious ones, in front of. Right now, I'm standing in front of a camera and delivering this so-called lesson. In front, the girl in front of me I'm about to kiss, yes, she's standing in front of me. But the cameraman, again, needs to be kind of in an intimate situation. I'm standing in front of the cameraman. I could say that too, I guess. Or this table is in front of me. This microphone is in front of me. These are all within my proximity, within my reach, I can say in front of me. But if someone is standing across from me on the other side of the room, then they're on the other side of the room. And this becomes much more confusing when we start talking about outside. Like when I ask my students, what's in front of the school? Most of them name the restaurant that's across the street. There's a Burger King outside my school across the street. It's not an endorsement for that restaurant, but there's a restaurant outside my school. But that restaurant is across the street from our school. It's across the street from our school. It's facing our school. It is not in front of our school. Our door does not open into their door. Our door opens into the sidewalk, and the sidewalk is in front of our school. Then it's the street, dividing the street, and on the other side is the other restaurant. So you cannot say in front of for something that's facing your building. The problem most students have with prepositions is that you may use in front of literally translated to your language in a different way. And when you're trying to learn English, you're trying to make sense of English prepositions by translating them to your prepositions. Well, that's not going to work. You cannot speak another language while you're thinking in another language. As I tell my students, you cannot speak English in Korean. You cannot speak English in Spanish. You cannot speak English in Portuguese. You have to speak English in English. That's a terrible sentence. It's a redundant sentence. But if you're listening to me, you know what I'm talking about. You got to think the language you're speaking. And only then will you stop making mistakes with prepositions. As long as you keep translating prepositions to your own language, you are doomed to your mistakes. You're doomed to your confusions. So if you want the confusion to stop translating and understand the physicality we bring to our prepositions, how we conceive of our prepositions. I'm going to do a sample right now with this in front of me. So here we have ourselves a picture. We have a cafe, we have a bank, we have a house, and we have a car parked where? The car is parked in front of the house. That's in front of the house. Is the cafe in front of the house? Of course not. The cafe is across the street from the house. Across the street from the house. The cafe is facing the house. In front of the cafe, there's a chair and a table and a beautiful flower pot on the table, on the surface of the table. And I can say, this man is walking on the street, he's on the surface. And soon, he will be in front of the cafe. So he can be meeting his girlfriend in front of the cafe. Or he may live across the street from the cafe. And of course, the bank is next to the cafe. Now, when it's across the street from something, that's a pretty long one, right? It's across the street from, the cafe is across the street from the house. Or the cafe is facing the house. The cafe is opposite from the house. So you can think of these three as quite similar, interchangeable. But this is not the same. This is a different category. In front of is just right here. All of these, there is something in between. If there's something in between the two objects, then you cannot say in front of. Because if someone is in front of me, then they're in front of me. If they're sitting over there, then they're sitting there facing me. I hope this helps. If you have any comments or you need further clarification, please leave them below. And I look forward to another lesson with you. Have a great day.